No!
You promised me that we were going to see a good movie.
This had potential. This had potential.
Oh, where was the potential?
Oh.
Side note, HEELKAIJU does not condone violence. What's up, guys? It's your girl, Daria. A little irritated with someone I'm related to. But anyways, we're back for another movie review. We have Captive State. D, play my music.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go. Let's all go. Let's all go to the lobby.
You have a job to do.
I've got a plan.
I have faith in you.
Light a match. Ignite a war. I can take the risk. Get back to the way that things used to be.
It's like I said, those days are gone.
Time's up. Captive State. Captive State is like if District B13 had a baby with District 9, but it was a very boring baby. Very damn boring baby.
Wait, there's no such thing as a boring baby.
No, there's such thing as boring. This is a boring baby. This is an incredibly boring baby.
That's not a thing.
Yes, it is. It's a thing. I'm making it a thing. You hit me. I'm allowed to make this a thing.
Oh, you deserved it. I am not sorry.
Anyway, Captive State. If you've probably seen the one or two trailers that maybe played, because honestly, if we didn't go to the movies as much as we did to review these things, I never would have heard about this movie. And
neither would have I.
Never would have known about it. We saw one trailer for it, and it was kind of interesting.
No, it was not.
I mean, for me.
Oh, okay.
In my opinion.
Well, yeah, because the trailer I saw just gave no.
I mean, like, we were in the theaters.
That's conviction.
That's what did it. It was the fact that it was in the theater that, like, sometimes you get hyped because it's on a big screen versus seeing it on a little computer, on a little phone screen, trying to go like, okay, so what is this movie, and seeing that preview. So like it was padded by the trailer being in the movie theater. I can fully accept that.
I do not remember seeing that trailer at all in any movie.
Wow. Okay. I guess
so
I'm the only one who pays attention to the trailers.
That. Oh, I pay attention to all trailers. I've never seen that.
I guess. But anyway, Captive State. It is a movie about an alien invasion that ravages mankind so much so to the point that all nations in the world accept surrender or armistice. That's where they kept wanting to say in the movie, armistice. They surrender their arms, send their military back home, and are put under the rule of the alien invaders and under the rule of what they call the This is what annoyed me. It's not legislators. They keep saying legislatures.
Oh, slatures. Like,
yeah, that
like
was
leeches.
Weird to me. It was a pet peeve.
You want to know what else was a little irritating?
Oh, we're going to get into that. We're going to get to that. I'm just giving a brief synopsis.
I was just going to ask, like, do people hate Chicago? Because what the hell?
Oh, yeah, we're going to get into that. Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
So what the aliens do is they take all of the major cities and they create little walled off zones inside of them. But Chicago is somehow unique, and the whole city is walled off with an internal walled off zone.
Yeah.
So, like, you couldn't leave the city, but, like, you only heard about that happening in Chicago. So, don't know what that was.
Yeah.
But you're in Chicago. You're following Gabriel, what's his name? Gabriel Drummond? Yeah, Drummond. Yay, I got it right. Gabriel Drummond, played by Ashton Sanders, who was in Equalizer 2 and Moonlight. You're following him as he's just living his daily life. The younger brother of a revolutionary who was killed in a previous attack. And yeah, that's where we are throughout this whole movie. And as I said in the beginning, it had a lot of potential, a lot of potential. If this was not a 90-minute movie, 90 minutes is generous. I think it was actually longer than that.
Yeah,
it was. About 110 minutes. An hour 50 minutes, and it felt like it. Holy crap! It felt. Yeah. It felt
every bit of it.
You feel every bit of that.
Yeah.
Because the whole time I'm like, I left my watch at home, so I'm sitting here. I pulled out my phone. It's like I'm sitting here calculating it. The start time said 7:15. It didn't technically start till like 7:25, and I'm sitting here looking at my watch. And it's like, okay, this is taking way too long to get to whatever the hell point they're trying to make, because they never actually got to it until the very end, and it was a very unsatisfying pseudo twist and ending. Yeah. Oh God, this was.
I got lost in some parts, and I just
to your credit, it was easy to get lost because like I had to regroup a couple of times in this movie to be like, okay. So here's how we're gonna do this. Here's how we're gonna do this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna talk about the good about this movie.
Okay,
I'm gonna bring that up first.
Okay, let's do that.
I'm gonna start with you.
I will join in. Okay, the good, the actors, phenomenal.
Oh yeah, they were great.
Every single actor or person.
You gonna say play that part?
I don't want to say that. I will strike you down.
You've already hit me once.
Exactly.
It's only gonna make me stronger, woman.
I highly doubt that. Anyways, every single person on screen you cared about, even if they were on screen for a short time.
I will.
You cared about that person. You were like, okay.
Everybody who had a name, I will amend that. Everybody who had a name in this movie, not a big name actor, but like actually you knew what their name was in the film. You cared about, because they brought in some people like midway through the film. You never learn their name, and it's hard to pay attention and care about them because they just kind of get tossed. Okay,
yeah, that's the uniqueness.
I'm gonna hold off.
Yes, that's the uniqueness of this movie. Oh, by the way, if you see Bill Street Could Talk, our girl is in this movie.
Oh yeah,
she is in this movie.
She's like a small amount of time, but yeah.
But damn, again, she plays her part.
I fell in love with her. Wait, hold on one second. Machine Gun Kelly was in this shit.
Dude, you're getting off traffic.
Yeah, I am. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the IMDb and I'm like,
okay, okay. So,
okay,
yes, that is the good about the movie, and that's probably all I have good about.
That's all you have. I got a couple of. I got a couple of goods.
Yes.
Okay, so beyond the good acting, the very very good acting, John Goodman killed it. He was great. He made me hate him in a way that I've never hated a human being before, and just like that worked for me. That was perfect.
But then he made you like, okay, I get now.
Yeah, I understand your actions.
Yeah.
Like, he finally did, but it's like trying to unravel a trigonometry equation where you're just like, I get how you got to here, but how did you get to here?
Yeah.
And it took a while as as the climax was happening, I'm sitting here like scratching my head going like, I get it, but I need to get it.
Yeah.
So John Goodman killed it. The actors who played Gabriel and Rafe, Ashton Sanders and Jonathan Majors, they were great. I really felt them. I really liked the way that they handled the aliens. That was amazing, because anytime they were on screen, I was literally cringing because they made them look otherworldly. Yes. And they also did a great job of not giving them too much actual screen time. You don't get to see them. You hear them. You can kind of feel them like working their way through the set pieces that they had. Yeah. And that just made you like want to cringe and leave. Yeah, and
you will do that.
Like, holy crap, that was amazing. I'm like, I love that. Yeah. This movie started with the biggest attention grabber that made you give a damn.
Yeah, that goes into the negative.
Yeah, that does go into the negative.
You want me to go ahead?
Wait, I'm gonna hold off on 1 second. I had one other thing that I was going to say.
My apologies.
Just one more, and then I will lead you into the plethora of negatives that you have.
Oh, I have a lot of plethora of negatives.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to correct. The other thing that I really liked from a narrative standpoint, aside from just the world building was great, which is why I think this should have been like a 5-night TV movie event instead of one movie, because they tried so much to cram into that. I'm going to say that for the negatives. But the way that they also handled the human oppression, instead of having like roving gangs of aliens like occupying the world, they just turned humanity on itself. And I thought that was a brilliant way to handle the way to corral humanity. I thought it was great. I thought it was amazing in terms of like actual storytelling, and which is why it made this movie so damn disappointing. And I'm going to unleash Daria with the negatives. Give it to me. Okay,
so like Dee said in the beginning of the movie, yes, it grabs your attention. You're already ready for like the jump scare, because it gives you your first jump scare. So as soon as you sit down, you get that first jump scare. You're like, okay. So it's going to be this type of movie.
And it's not even a cheap jump scare.
No, it's not.
That's what makes it so good.
It's a legitimate jump scare. It's legitimate.
It fills in with the story, and it doesn't happen the way that you expect it to happen.
Right. So it's legitimate. It's not like here you go, boom, alien. No, it was legitimate. You were like, holy cow. Really?
Yeah, it got your adrenaline pumping, and you spike it. You're like, let's go.
Let's go. Okay, is this it? This is it. And then you go further into the movie, and you're like, that was it? That's it?
Yeah.
That's all we get?
Yeah. Like whenever, I want to say 2 or 3 separate times that, aside from that, you get something where it's like, oh, that's exciting, but after a while it's like there's
nothing there,
valleys of nothingness between them.
So when you get to another jump scare, you're just kind of like, and that's what makes it difficult, because again, all the jump scares are legitimate. The aliens are scary as all get out.
Yep.
Like nightmare scary, like it scary.
Oh my God.
Like they don't let you breathe.
The alien designs are spectacular.
Right.
Like they gave you I'm gonna excuse myself.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
The aliens are not fuckable.
No.
You can't make these aliens horny. There is no way in the world that you're going to be like, hey, I see this, and it's going to be like, hey, maybe I could twist this into... No, there's none of that. Like, Xenomorphs, I get that. Because H.R. Geiger made... No, I'm just saying, like, in terms of design, H.R. Geiger literally designed them after penises. That's not a joke.
I read that.
That's what he did.
I did read that, yeah.
This is like freaking... Every time they were on screen and they showed themselves, I wanted to leave. Because they were so designed to look so freaking scary and otherworldly.
Yeah.
Like, it made me tense up.
Like, grown men balled up in the movie theater.
Well, the 2 that were there, because like,
whoever, they balled up. They balled up in the movie theater. And then after that happened, you could just see all the disappointment, because it was just like, that was a waste.
That was a waste.
That was a good waste. Why would you do that?
The other negative I got for this is this movie was cut to hell. The cuts that they decided to make were up there in like Bohemian Rhapsody territory.
Yeah.
Just like random ass freaking cuts for no reason. Like, you would have somebody walking down a hallway and there'd be like 4 cuts for no reason. You're not getting any new information.
No, you're just getting 4 cuts and then walking down the hallway. You're just like,
why?
That's why it made it so hard to follow.
Oh, it was incredibly hard to follow.
That's why it made it so hard. You were just like, from one thing to like, what is going... I don't understand what's going on.
Like one second we'll be in a basement in the police station, which will end up with like 3 or 4 different cuts for no reason.
Right.
And then like right after that, it's like, oh, we're outside now. in a car, like there was no transition.
No.
It was just like, okay,
No.
we're having a conversation with your partner in a dark room.
Yeah.
And he's like, cut. And now you're outside. Partner's nowhere to be found. You're driving down the street. What the fuck?
Yeah, you're just kind of like, what the hell is going on right now? Like, how did we get here?
Like it got easier to follow in the middle of the movie.
No, it didn't.
Just in terms of like the cuts.
Okay,
there were
yeah.
fewer cuts in the but like in the beginning, it was almost like this. Here's my other negative. This movie had no focus.
It didn't.
This movie
It
had
went from
no
one thing
focus.
to another to another to another to. It was like somebody had so much crap in their brain that they had to get all of this out, and that's what they did. So now you have this jumbled up of a message that you're just like, what the hell were you thinking?
This movie tried to be so many things and ended up being absolutely nothing. This movie tried to be a political thriller. This movie tried to have social commentary that fell flat on. This movie tried to be a horror movie with a movie monster. That part actually worked.
I was about to say, now the horror part worked.
But like
the
it tried to be
sci-fi worked.
Oh yeah.
The political thriller did not work.
It tried. So this if it had time, they could have made that work. If it had time, it could have made the social commentary work.
Yeah.
But like when I say this movie had no focus, our main character gets to a point in like the beginning of the second act of the film and is gone for 45 minutes.
45
and
minutes.
And is just forgotten. And when I say he's gone, I don't mean like, oh, he got away from some amazing
it's like
thing.
They go to another storyline.
They went to a complete other storyline, and then when it cuts back to him, he literally hasn't moved.
No.
Has not moved from that spot, and he's just right back into it.
And it's like a whole other day. You're just like, okay.
Well,
that makes no sense.
Like, in terms of the story, I get it, but like that was like shitty. That was so shitty.
Yeah.
Like how?
Yeah.
His whole story arc was so interesting, and it stopped it dead. To throw you in with a bunch of, aside from like maybe two other people that you actually care about, a bunch of people whose names you almost never know. I'm following this shit as hard as I can. I can't remember none of their names.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the IMDb and I'm like, yeah, I'm guessing those names are correct. I'm guessing. Like, they go through their whole story arc, which, again, if this movie could have been more than just one movie, and boy, it looks like they're trying to sequel bait it. If this movie could have been more than just this one movie and was like more of a, as I said, like a mini series, a TV event, something.
Yeah, kind of like The Purge.
Yeah, like the Purge on USA.
The Purge, yeah,
like this would have been perfect for that platform.
Yeah, it would have.
This would have been well. They already have a show on USA doing virtually the same thing. I can't remember what the name is, but where aliens come down and it's virtually the same thing.
Yeah.
This was far more interesting to me as a premise. It's just the execution was bad. There was so much damn promise.
Yeah, it
which
was.
if on a different platform with a different director, a different writer, different editor, this could have been this could have been my favorite movie of 2019.
Yeah,
this could have been, which is what makes me so damn mad when I take a look at it. There's nothing much we can really say about this.
No.
Because everything that I wanted in this movie that was promised to me from the very second I sat down and the reel started rolling and the credits started rolling for this got squandered. And it went from being this colorful thing literally in the first moments of the movie to being just grayscale.
Yeah.
And that's what this movie was. It was a promise of something incredible, intelligent, colorful, with a lot of commentary and a lot of like just subversive thought. And instead what we got was gray.
Bullshit. Just bullshit.
Just gray mush. So go ahead.
Actually, I'm going to have you.
You're going to have me go first?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know where I want to score this because part of me wants to score it with what I got. Another part wants to score it with what was promised to me. And that's the problem here because I'm a writer and I want to crack at this. I want to crack at this because this is great in terms of what it's promising me. But I have to go with what this movie gave me, and this is a 1. This is a 1. I have issues with this movie, and usually I can lose myself in a movie and focus just on the story, just on the action, just on the consequences of each character's motives and everything. Yeah. And I couldn't do that. I had to focus on the technical aspects of everything that was wrong and the way it could have been better. And if I feel like I could have made it better and what you gave me was something that almost insulted me in a way, this was almost insulting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I kind of felt like it dumbed down my intelligence a little bit. Like I felt really stupid watching this movie,
which is a shame because which is a shame because it was so freaking pretentious.
Oh, it is. I mean, they have a good premise.
It tried to jack itself off on its premise.
Yeah, they did. But they have a good premise. I hope they go back and revisit this. I really do. Because I think they have something there. I think they have something interesting.
Oh, it's very interesting
there. I
on
saw
paper.
Seeing it in the writing, you could tell something was there. How it got presented or edited is where it got lost. That's where it lost. Because let me tell you, I was at a 0. If you want me to be honest, I was at a 0. And that's because I was just like, I'm absolutely done with this movie. Like halfway through the movie, I was like, I'm done. I could give a shit. You guys think I'm stupid? Well, there you go. I don't even care anymore. And then, just looking at everything and was like, okay, well, I do have to look at the good. The good is everybody played their role. Every person that was on screen, whether you knew their name or not, you cared about, which is unique in a movie. So with that, I give it 2 stars.
Okay.
Not only that, the aliens were freaking good.
They were the saving grace. They probably were
the most enjoyable of the scariness in the movie.
If you manage to don't go out and get the DVD for this, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. If you manage to see it like scrolling past the screen on HBO or something, pay attention to the aliens' design.
Yeah.
That is great because like that invoked terror in my eyes. Like I'm a scary bitch, but it's hard to find a monster that actually scares me just by virtue of existing. And they did that from moment 1 in this movie. And every time they showed up or were a threat to show up, holy frick,
they made their presence
cringing.
Known. Yeah. I was
cringing so damn hard.
They made it known.
If this movie was just about the aliens,
it would have been good.
This would have been great.
Yeah. But what I also thought was genius is what you mentioned is how they let humanity turn.
Oh yeah.
They were the puppeteers and humanity was the puppet.
Yeah, and they just turned them on them.
Yeah.
And it didn't even take a lot to do it.
No, they didn't.
They didn't take a lot to do it.
They had control. They said it was translated, and this is what people were going to do. And that was it. There was no discussion.
Okay, I might have been wrong. These aliens might end up being fuckable.
We're going to go. Thank you for joining us. That is our review for Captive State. Yeah.
Kaiju out.